Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night? Your bladder screaming at you, forcing you out of a perfectly good sleep, that familiar, urgent nudge that drags you from your warm bed. Stumbling to the bathroom, often multiple times a night. It's more than just an inconvenience, isn't it? It chips away at your rest, leaving you groggy and tired the next day. It can feel like your body has betrayed you, stealing away the deep, restorative sleep you so desperately need and deserve. That constant disruption isn't just annoying, it can impact your mood, your energy levels, even your ability to think clearly throughout the day. It can make you hesitant to plan trips, or even just a long drive, always worrying about where the next bathroom might be. It's a silent, persistent thief of your peace, and it leaves so many of us feeling utterly drained, wondering if a full night's sleep is just a distant memory. But what if I told you that there are simple, everyday habits you can adopt that could dramatically reduce, or even eliminate, those unwelcome nocturnal trips? That there's a way to reclaim your nights and wake up feeling truly refreshed. In this video, we're going to dive into 6 surprisingly effective habits that can help you finally say goodbye to nighttime urination. These aren't complicated medical procedures or expensive treatments. They're practical, straightforward adjustments you can start making today. So, watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Something many people overlook completely. Let's start with the first and arguably most impactful habit, being strategic about your fluid intake throughout the day, especially in the evening. Now, I'm not saying you should dehydrate yourself. Quite the opposite. Staying well hydrated is incredibly important for your overall health, from your digestion to your energy levels. But it's not just about how much you drink. It's about when you drink it. Many of us fall into the trap of not drinking enough water during the day, then trying to catch up in the evening. Or perhaps we simply aren't mindful of our fluid intake as the day winds down. Think about it. If you're enjoying a large glass of water, a cup of tea, or even a fizzy drink right before bed, where do you think all that liquid is going to end up? Your bladder, of course. And your body doesn't just process it instantly. It takes time for fluids to move through your system, be filtered by your kidneys, and produce urine. So, a large drink at 9 p.m. might not hit your bladder until 11 p.m. or even midnight, right when you're trying to get your deepest sleep. The key here is to front-load your hydration. Aim to drink the majority of your daily fluids. That's typically around 6 to 8 glasses of water. Maybe more if you're active or it's a hot day. Before dinner time, make a conscious effort to sip water consistently throughout the morning and early afternoon. Keep a water bottle handy while you're doing chores, enjoying a book, or watching your favorite show. This ensures your body gets all the hydration it needs earlier in the day, giving your kidneys plenty of time to process it and for you to eliminate any excess before you even think about getting into bed. Then, as evening approaches, start to gradually reduce your fluid intake. For most people, cutting off significant fluid consumption about 2 to 3 hours before your planned bedtime can make a world of difference. So, if you usually go to bed at 10 p.m., try to finish your last large drink by 7 p.m. A small sip to take medication is perfectly fine, of course, but avoid large glasses of water, tea, or juice right before you settle down for the night. This isn't about going thirsty. It's about timing your hydration in a way that respects your body's natural rhythm and your need for uninterrupted sleep. It's a simple shift, but its impact on your nighttime bathroom visits can be truly profound. Now, flowing seamlessly from what you drink, let's talk about the types of fluids you consume, particularly avoiding bladder irritants. This is our second powerful habit. Just as important as the timing of your fluid intake is understanding that not all liquids are created equal when it comes to your bladder's comfort. Certain drinks act as diuretics, meaning they encourage your body to produce more urine, and they can also irritate the bladder lining, increasing the urge to go. The biggest culprits here are caffeine and alcohol. We all love our morning cup of coffee or tea, and a glass of wine or a pint of beer with dinner can be a lovely way to unwind. But when consumed later in the day, these can be absolute nightmares for your nighttime sleep. Caffeine, found in coffee, black tea, green tea, many soft drinks, and even some chocolates, directly stimulates your kidneys to produce more urine. Imagine drinking a big mug of coffee at 5 p.m. That caffeine is going to be actively working in your system for hours, pushing your body to fill your bladder long after you've settled into bed. Similarly, alcohol is a well-known diuretic. A couple of glasses of wine in the evening might feel relaxing, but they are also actively dehydrating your body and prompting your kidneys to work overtime. This explains why you might find yourself waking up multiple times after an evening out, even if you weren't drinking excessive amounts. Your body is trying to process and eliminate the alcohol, taking precious fluid with it. So, the habit here is to be mindful of your intake of these bladder irritants, especially as the day progresses. Try to enjoy your caffeinated beverages primarily in the morning or early afternoon. If you love a hot drink in the evening, consider switching to decaffeinated coffee, herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint, or simply warm water with a slice of lemon. These can still provide that comforting ritual without the diuretic effect. For alcohol, if you do enjoy a drink, try to have it earlier in the evening, perhaps with dinner, and consider limiting your intake, especially on nights when you really want to prioritize sleep. And it's not just caffeine and alcohol. Some people find that highly acidic juices like orange or grapefruit juice, or even very spicy foods, can also irritate their bladder, leading to increased urgency. Pay attention to how your body reacts to different foods and drinks. Keep a little mental note, or even a small journal for a few days, of what you consume and how your bladder behaves. You might be surprised at the connections you discover by making these small intentional choices about what you drink and eat, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime. You're giving your bladder a much-needed break and setting yourself up for a far more peaceful night. Now that we've discussed being smart about what you put into your body and when, let's move on to some physical habits that can help manage fluid in your body and strengthen your bladder. Our third crucial habit tackles fluid retention that often pools in our legs throughout the day, which can become a major contributor to nighttime urination. This is especially relevant for those who spend a lot of time sitting or standing, or who notice swelling in their ankles and feet by evening. During the day, gravity naturally pulls fluid downwards, causing it to accumulate in your lower extremities. But when you lie down at night, this fluid, which has been sitting in your legs all day, is no longer fighting gravity. It gets reabsorbed back into your bloodstream and circulates through your kidneys, leading to increased urine production while you're trying to sleep. This is why you might find yourself waking up repeatedly. Even if you haven't had much to drink before bed, the solution is remarkably simple. Elevate your legs in the hours leading up to bedtime, for about 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Try to sit with your feet elevated. You can prop your legs up on a few pillows while you're relaxing on the sofa, or even use a footstool. The idea is to get your feet and ankles higher than your heart, allowing gravity to work in your favor. This helps to redistribute that pooled fluid back into your circulation earlier in the evening, giving your kidneys a chance to process it and for you to void it before you get into bed for the night. This isn't about completely draining your legs. It's about shifting the timing of that fluid reabsorption. By doing this, you're essentially getting rid of that extra fluid while you're still awake and active, rather than having your bladder fill up repeatedly once you're trying to sleep. It's a gentle, passive way to manage your body's fluid balance and can significantly reduce those midnight dashes. Try it consistently for a few nights, and you might be amazed at the difference it makes to the quality of your sleep. Next, let's talk about the importance of a pre-bed routine for your bladder, which is our fourth habit. This isn't just about making one final trip to the bathroom before you settle in. It's about making sure your bladder is as empty as possible, giving you the best chance for an uninterrupted night. Many of us go to the bathroom right before bed and think that's sufficient. However, sometimes, due to hurriedness or not allowing ourselves enough time, our bladder doesn't fully empty. This can leave a significant amount of residual urine, which then quickly builds up once you're lying down, leading to that early morning or middle of the night wake-up call. The key here is what's often called double voiding, about 15 to 20 minutes before you plan to get into bed. Go to the bathroom and empty your bladder as completely as you can. Don't rush it. Sit comfortably, relax, and take your time. Then, get up. Move around a little. Maybe brush your teeth. Put on your pajamas or walk to the kitchen for that small sip of water if you need it. After about 10 to 15 minutes, go back to the bathroom and try to void again. You might be surprised by how much more urine comes out. This second void helps to ensure that your bladder is truly as empty as it can be, reducing the chances of it filling up too quickly once you're asleep. It's a simple, two-step process that can be incredibly effective by taking just a few extra minutes to ensure thorough bladder emptying. You're giving yourself a much better head start for a long, peaceful night's rest. Now that we've talked about what goes in and how to get it out before bed, let's dive into strengthening the very muscles that control your bladder. Our fifth habit is all about incorporating pelvic floor exercises, often known as Kegels, into your daily routine. Many people think of Kegels primarily for women after childbirth, but they are incredibly beneficial for both men and women, especially as we age. To improve bladder control and reduce urinary urgency and frequency, your pelvic floor muscles form a sling-like structure that supports your bladder, bowel, and uterus in women. When these muscles are strong, they help to keep everything in place and, crucially, they allow you to voluntarily control the flow of urine. Over time, these muscles can weaken due to aging, gravity, certain medical conditions, or even chronic coughing. When they weaken, your bladder can become less supported, leading to feelings of urgency, leakage, or, pertinent to our discussion, difficulty holding urine through the night. The good news is, like any muscle, your pelvic floor can be strengthened with consistent exercise. The trick is finding them. Imagine you are trying to stop the flow of urine midstream, or trying to prevent passing gas. The muscles you would squeeze are your pelvic floor muscles. You should feel a lifting and squeezing sensation, pulling upwards and inwards. It's important not to clench your buttocks, thighs, or abdominal muscles. Just focus on those internal muscles once you've identified them. The exercise is simple. Squeeze those muscles. Hold for a count of 5 seconds, then relax for a count of 5 seconds. Repeat this 10 to 15 times, 3 times a day. You can do these exercises anywhere, while watching TV, sitting at your desk, waiting in line, or even lying in bed. Consistency is key. It might take a few weeks or even a couple of months to notice a significant difference. But with regular practice, you can dramatically improve your bladder's holding capacity and reduce those nighttime urges. Think of it as building a stronger dam to hold back the water. Stronger pelvic floor muscles mean a stronger, more controlled bladder. And that translates directly into fewer trips to the bathroom. Day and night. Finally, let's talk about a habit that's often overlooked but ties everything together: mindful movement throughout the day. This is our sixth and final habit. We've discussed timing fluids, avoiding irritants, elevating legs, emptying thoroughly, and strengthening muscles. But if you're largely sedentary during the day, fluid can still pool, circulation can be sluggish, and your overall body systems aren't working at their optimal efficiency. Regular, gentle movement isn't just good for your heart, your bones, and your mood. It plays a vital role in how your body handles fluids and supports bladder health. When you move, you improve your circulation, which helps your body process fluids more efficiently and prevents excessive pooling in your lower extremities. Remember how we talked about fluid gathering in your legs during the day and then being reabsorbed at night? Well, consistent movement throughout the day helps to keep that fluid moving, rather than allowing it to settle and become a problem later. This doesn't mean you need to start running marathons. Simple activities like walking, gentle stretching, doing light housework, gardening, or even just getting up and moving around every hour or so if you have a desk job, can make a huge difference. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity most days of the week. Break it up if you need to. 2 15-minute walks, or 3 10-minute bouts of movement. The goal is to avoid prolonged periods of sitting or standing still. For example, if you are watching television in the evening, get up during commercial breaks and walk around the room for a minute or two. Do some gentle stretches, if you're able. A short, gentle walk after an early dinner can be incredibly beneficial. It aids digestion, gets your blood flowing, and helps your body process fluids before you settle down for the night. Think of movement as a gentle internal massage that keeps everything flowing smoothly, including the processing of fluids. Matpounds, abom. It reduces inflammation, supports your kidneys, and helps your entire system work better, contributing to a more stable bladder and, ultimately, a more peaceful night's sleep. By staying active and making movement a regular part of your day, you're not just improving your overall health, you're also giving your bladder its very best chance at a full night's rest. So, there you have it. 6 powerful, practical habits that can truly transform your nights and help you stop waking up to pee. We've talked about strategically timing your fluid intake, ensuring you get most of your hydration earlier in the day and easing off in the evening. We then moved on to avoiding those sneaky bladder irritants like caffeine and alcohol, especially later in the day, opting for bladder-friendly alternatives instead. We then explored the magic of evening leg elevation, a simple yet effective way to get rid of pooled fluid before it becomes a problem in your sleep. And don't forget the importance of a thorough pre-bed routine, making sure your bladder is truly empty with that clever double voiding technique. We also discussed strengthening your pelvic floor muscles with consistent Kegel exercises, building that internal support for better bladder control. And finally, we highlighted the profound impact of mindful movement throughout your day, keeping your circulation healthy and your body's fluid balance in check. Remember, every small change you make can lead to significant improvements in your health and happiness. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. Pick 1 or 2 of these habits that resonate most with you, or that seem easiest to incorporate first, and give them a try. Consistency is far more important than perfection. Imagine waking up naturally, feeling truly rested, without that nagging sense of urgency. Imagine having the energy to fully enjoy your days, whether it's pursuing a hobby, spending time with loved ones, or simply feeling more vibrant and alive. This isn't just about avoiding a trip to the bathroom, it's about reclaiming your sleep, your energy, and your overall well-being. If you found these tips helpful, please let me know in the comments below. Share your experiences. Have you tried any of these habits? What worked for you? Your insights could help so many others in our community. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more practical advice for living your best life at every age, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We're here to support you on your journey to greater health and happiness. You deserve restful nights and vibrant days. Live your best life at every age.